Yo. Welcome back to Past the Six Podcast. I'm your host, JB, as always. Joining me as always, Tsunamic Wave. What's going on, bro? It's been a little while. What's going on?
Yeah, it's been a little bit longer than a little while, but it's good to be back. It's always good to take a break. Probably not as long as we did, but at the same time, life happens. Right before we got on, I was like, my kids might pop in. That's the game of life. So we always
Absolutely.
talk about games, and life is one too. Just not fair.
Absolutely. Like, and look, man, like a lot of stuff has changed since we started the show, of course. So, a lot of people checking us out on Facebook. Appreciate that. YouTube, the whole
Yes,
nine,
sir.
everything. Appreciate it. Appreciate the love and support. Yeah, I went through probably a good week and a half, 2 week stretch where I didn't play video games at all, and it was crazy. Like,
Yeah, I don't know if I could say the same. I've been kind of going strong. I actually caught the PS5, which is something that we've been saying for like a year and change. We've been trying to get. So for that fact alone, I've been trying to. I actually just finished God of War last night. I know we're trying to talk about the Game Awards, but it's been a minute, so I just want to let y'all know what I've been on. I finished God of War last night. I've been playing Ghost of Tsushima. Um, Yeah, not God of War Ragnarok. Let me be very clear. Not God of War Ragnarok. I had to beat the first one first before I played God of War Ragnarok. But now with Warzone 2 dropping today, I'm not touching that until the weekend. I'm not touching God of War again until the weekend.
yeah, yeah. Like, so, like recently, I probably started like it was only about a week that I didn't play games. I went back. All of a sudden, I was playing Call of Duty dropped. I played that. I was playing a Plague Tale Requiem, which of course we'll talk about because it's up for multiple awards, but including Game of the Year. So yeah, I mean, congrats on the PS5. That's
Yeah.
probably the biggest thing. We talked about that since what, November of 2020. Like,
Yeah, it's been a minute.
like so. I don't know who you had to track down to get that. I'm joking. Like I know they're finally starting to become more and more available. Um, Also, for anybody who may tune in on from the Facebook page, as you see, we are actual real people. I saw somebody put that. It's like, yo, who are these guys? Like, like, yo, these guys just posting random throwback games, and that's cool. But who are these guys? Like, so yeah, you see the faces. Like, we are the guys behind Past the Six podcast. So we're not just robots posting throwback games and asking random questions. We're actually real people who play games, been playing games for 25 years plus each. You know what I mean? So, but today it's all about the Game Awards. You know what I mean? Usually we have a rundown and we talk about some retro games. We talk about what's going on in the industry and all that. But today it's the 2022 Game Awards that will take place on December 8th. And it's literally been making big news around the world because obviously there's some hiccups going in, and I'll get into some of the controversy. But coming off last year, man, are you excited for this Game Awards? Not so excited. What's your thoughts on it?
Last year, I'm not gonna lie, we was on the come up, so I was on the outside looking kind of like, why is all of these game awards all over the place? Like, cause it's so many game awards, you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
it's a ton. So for me, it was really like, which one is like the Oscars of it, which is
Right.
the top tier of the game awards. And I think we come to a conclusion that is the actual game awards.
The Game Awards.
no
Right.
no pun like, it's the game awards, so yeah, now I'm pretty excited now that we know what to follow. Obviously, we still not really sure on the criteria of the game awards. When we are clear on that, it'll be a lot better to dive into. But as far as excitement go, I'm not jumping out, I'm not jumping out of my chair like ready to go. But I am low key a little bit excited to see who they feel needs to win some of these awards.
Absolutely. And I do like the idea of quote unquote the Game Awards just from the simple standpoint of It's
Yeah.
like the Oscar of gaming. It's a big event. Everybody get dressed up to go, and I think it's cool. I mean, like I know IGN, of course. Shout out to them who does a their game awards, but it's just basically like a article they put out. This is what we feel is the game of the year, but this is more something we can watch, right? So I do like the idea. I know there's a ton of critique about it. I know there's a ton of critique about it. Some people don't like the idea. Some people say it's too fancy and gaming is more of a down to earth, low key thing. Hell, some people say that's why we play games is to get away from that side of the world, right? But I like the idea of it. So without further ado, ready to get into some of the categories, see what's nominated, give our thoughts, and then obviously I guess we'll all watch on December 8th.
Yeah,
Let's get it.
absolutely.
All right, guys. First, let's get to the comments real quick. Jessica Brown, appreciate the love and support with the praise. And then she also said, congrats on the PS5.
Like, I'm
Right.
like, I didn't expect me getting a PS5 to be such a big moment.
Right, man. It feel like back in the day, man. You first got a job. Everybody like, yo, congratulations, bro.
Congratulations, man.
Like, you got a PS5. All right, so let's see what we got. Let's go. All right, so first thing we're gonna talk about is best narrative, and basically this is for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in the game. The nominees are Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, and Immortality. You're gonna hear a lot of these games repeated over and over. These are like basically juggernaut games. So what's your thoughts on the category and the nominees?
For me, the only game that I'm not familiar with is Immortality. You said?
Oh, yep. Immortality. Yep.
Yeah. So I didn't play it. So that's when I say I'm not familiar, I didn't play it. So I don't want to sit here and act like just because I watch clips or videos, I know the game. And when you think of narrative, you got to actually play the game in order to talk about which one has the best narrative. So, unfortunately, I can't talk about Immortality,
Sure.
A Plague Tale, Elden Ring, and God of War. I haven't played God of War Ragnarok as of yet, but based off of the first one, you know what I'm saying? If they keep that kind of I can't think of the word, but they keep going that way, I guess.
Sure.
It'll be too short for me. I feel like the first one was mad short. They could have gave us a lot more in that game, but
Absolutely.
that's just my opinion. Elden Ring, I was playing that game for a very very long time. So in my opinion, it would have to be out of the Plague or Elden Ring. And if it was for my nomination would go to Elden Ring, only because it held me for so long out of all of these games. Like I put so much time into it, even did Game Plus one.
Sure.
And when I was finished with God of War, I was just like finished with God of War. And Plague Tale, I'm kind of like in the beginning, so I really don't know too much of the story, but it just seems a lot better to me. Sorry, God of War. Then it seemed like it's going in a lot better direction than God of War did, even though I love God of War story too.
Yeah, so the only game on here I haven't actually played is Immortality. I played Horizon Forbidden West. I did actually get to play a little bit of Ragnarok at a friend's house who has a PS5. I'm still on the hunt for one. The day you called me about the one near us, I got there and it was gone. So I was like, all right, you know what I mean? I ain't tripping on it. It's been this long. I'll catch one. I actually might have my eye on one from a GameStop near me. Even though I don't really like to shop at GameStop, but
me either. But hey, shout out GameStop. That's why I got mine.
So I did make my way around to Elden Ring though. I did finally start playing Elden Ring. Of course, it's a great game. Ain't nobody gonna say it. You know what I mean? Like, of course, it's a great game. But A Plague Tale Requiem, man, and shout out to Game Pass. It's one of those games, like that's one of the situations where Xbox Game Pass like allowed me to play a game that I don't know if I would have just paid the $70 for outright. Now that I've played it, and yeah, it's definitely worth the $70. But Game Pass allowed me to play that. So I would probably give the nod to A Plague Tale Requiem because I do have a feeling Elden Ring and God War is probably going to clean up everything else. But in terms of narrative, the story mode on this game is incredible, man. Some people, just the theme of it, they may not like. You know what I mean? It's very like kind of, like classical, old school. I'm trying to find the words to describe it, but
no, that's perfect.
I think it's a great game. I'm very, very interested to see who's going to actually win this particular game.
I'm telling you, Elden Ring, bro. And like you said, Plague Tale got the narrative down packed. Like
right.
that's the most important part. Like Elden Ring and God of War and Horizon got some good story too, but like those games are more like fighting games. Like, you know what I mean? Like they more focused on the gameplay more than the story. You know what I'm saying? So I could see the Plague Tale winning too, but like I'm talking about my nomination, right? I'm gonna be biased on that because it's mine.
Look, man,
just being honest.
I'm sure more than half of the world, maybe more than half of the world, would agree with you. I think Elden Ring, God of War, is really going to battle out for most of the awards. But shout out to Immortality. Looks dope. I haven't played it again, but like I looked it up when obviously it was nominated. Kind of reminds me of last year when we talked about It Takes Two, right? And we was like, wait, what? That swept the awards? like,
yeah. So, we was late on that though. We early.
Yeah, no, we definitely were late on. Yeah, so I mean, let's get to the next one, but like I said, we kind of split there. You think Elden Ring, I think Plague Tale, and I watch God of War win that one too.
I think God of War should have had to wait until next year. We gonna be honest. The game
because of November 8th, because of the release date.
Yeah, it just came out, bro. Like I don't really think that's fair for it to even be in any of these categories. If we being honest, I should have started off with that.
What do you think the cutoff should be?
That's a good question.
Like date wise, yeah, because the awards is December 8th.
It would have to be somewhere. I would say August. So I would say August.
So the only reason why I disagree slightly with that is because the holiday season wouldn't count for this year. Like COD, Ragnarok, hell, NBA 2K, Mario Rabbids Sparks of Hopes, a lot of these games that kids are going to get for Christmas and end up being the highest selling games of the year.
Those games ain't up for no awards.
Well,
those games
God of
ain't
War
up for
is
nothing.
God of War is
exactly, but literally the game been out for a week or two. I agree with the comment made by Jess with the 90 days. I think that's pretty fair. Okay. I think that's pretty fair. But that would put God of War in there though. That's still the game would still make it. I don't know. I think
no, it wouldn't. It wouldn't because 90 days is basically what you were saying. 90 days from November is the end of August. So with that, God of War, which came out on August. the 8th, yeah.
So August.
That's a little tough.
That's fair.
That's a little tough. I don't know if that's fair.
How is that not? Maybe not 90, maybe 30. But even 30, that game still would not be making it.
I think only because of when the awards are specifically. Like for example,
God of War's too close. Like how did they in a week they was able to see that this was the they put this as the best narrative in a week?
I mean, like you raise an interesting question because this has happened before. It literally happened in 2018. God of War came out around the same window, right? And Red Dead Redemption 2 was just killing the market, right? The entire year. And God of War won game of the year. So like you have a point.
Right. It wouldn't be fair because God of War win it over Elden Ring and the Plague Tale, and they've been out for months killing the game.
Sure.
Doing their thing. Even Horizon Forbidden West been out for going a while. Crazy.
Yep.
But everybody I talk to about Horizon Forbidden West say that game is great, like top tier.
So you're worried about recency bias, and I get it. Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. It makes sense.
When the last time you played Elden Ring? You probably played it recently because you wasn't a part of the craze when it came out.
Right.
But like for the people that was a part of the craze, like myself, that wasn't really into FromSoft games. I mean, I played Seiko, however you say it. But like,
Seafood, yeah.
but besides that, I wasn't really into from soft games. So like when this came out, I was on the bandwagon like everybody else because it was dope. You feel me? And it deserved it because it was a great game. And even though it was hard, pause, everybody was was content with playing it like that.
Sure.
Nobody complained about the difficulty of that game. You feel me? And it was
Right.
that, and those games are legendary for being difficult. You feel me? And it was because it was an amazing game, and now because people haven't played it in months, not because it's a bad game, because other stuff been coming out that deserve the time. You feel me? Like God of War, which just came out.
So you would put God of War ahead for next year for the
Yeah,
2023
absolutely.
Game Awards. Okay.
Right.
And then
And I
cut it
think
off
they
in
should,
August.
yes, and I think they should do whatever, because I don't know no games in 2023 that might be better than this.
So basically, all holiday games get pushed to the next year.
The following year, I think, is
Okay.
only fair.
That's fair. All right. Well, let's hit up Jeff Keighley and make our suggestions for the next one, right?
Hopefully,
So
we have pull bot in.
Jessica Brown with a great point, actually. Then again, name an award show that hasn't been accused of being unfair. Maybe award shows themselves are a problem. That's a good point because the Game Awards is no exception. There's a lot of, no matter what wins, there's going to be a whole group of people saying no, hell no, something else should have won in its place. So
Right.
I definitely get it on that. In the meantime, let's move over to the next category, which is best art direction, and the nominees. And this is, of course, for outstanding creative or technical achievement and artistic design and animation, basically how the game looks, right? And for this, of course, we got Elden Ring again, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Scorn, and then Stray. If you don't know what Stray is, of course, it's the one with the cat. I think everyone else knows the rest of the games. For this one, man, I'm talking, and I know we just got off this conversation, but for this one, I probably would have to give it to Horizon Forbidden West. Not because all these games I think have great graphics, and I'm not even talking about that, but the way Horizon looks from a color standpoint, they're like, it's incredible, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I would have to give it to that one. What's your thoughts on that? And of course, the category of art direction.
First of all, I think the category is dope. Even with God of War Ragnarok unfairly being in there. Nah, all right, I'm not gonna make that a thing. But nah, if I'm gonna first, I like to pick top two. Scoring is such a different game, bro. I don't think score. I mean, it's just so different. I haven't seen too many games that take that approach with making fleshy type weapons and just all kind of everything. They kind of went in a bag with imagination on that one.
Right.
Horizon is just a great, beautiful, and I'm all about landscape when it comes to like open games. And Horizon did a great job with their landscaping. So those two will be my top two games as far as the category go. But me personally, I would give it to Scorn.
Scorn, okay.
I would give it to Scorn. I just think the way their approach to the game was risky, but it worked. I think it was really risky, but it worked. Kind of like what the creators of Rick and Morty is gonna do next month when they drop their game, High on Life. Every time I get on this platform, I'm
Right,
gonna
we're
put
gonna
that
talk
out.
about High on Life.
That game, I just if it's a stinker, bro, I'm gonna be so disappointed.
It won't be. It won't be. Look, I have no issue with Scorn being. Look, I mean, if you have never played the game or even looked at it, this is some clip right here. Shout out to MK Ice and Fire. Go check out his YouTube channel, of course. But the game is gorgeous, man. Like, so I'm not mad at that pick. I just feel like, and partially what you said, the recency bias, recency bias, of course. But I just feel like God of War, because God of War looks incredible. I don't know if you, like I know you said you didn't play it. If you had a chance to see it yet, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
I've seen it. It
Okay,
looks incredible.
right.
It starts off crazy.
Nah, so that's why I'm like, it's this one is tough because like everyone that wins in even a game like Shrey, which kind of took the world by fire, of course, like you know what I mean. And I think that's because nobody really knew what it was going to be about, and then they kind of pulled the opie dope on us, and like it took the world by storm. But I think all of these games could win 100%,
Who
and
who do you who do you think gonna win, and who do you want to win?
so I personally would like Horizon Forbidden West to win, but I have a feeling Ragnarok God of War is gonna win.
I was gonna say that.
Yep.
I was gonna say that. Why do you think they're gonna win? And I'll tell you why I think they're gonna win.
So look at it, bro. like the game looks elite. Especially in like as good as it looks on like YouTube and stuff like that. If you don't have a PS5, when I actually sat down and played it, like I said, I don't have a PS5. Just as a disclaimer, what one of my boys do, and I was playing God of War at his crib. It literally felt like I was playing a movie. You know what I mean? And I know most graphics are that good now, but just the way like that and like the cinematography they put into the game and like the way like it's literally plays like I'm playing like this epic movie. And that's just the art style of God of War. It's always been that way. Even if you play on the PS2 where the graphics obviously not are to today's standards, it still feels like that, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I think it's gonna win. Although, but just the way Horizon looks, I think is excellent.
Yeah, I think they're gonna win because of the way they depict the gods in
Right.
the game. Like you see how I say Scorn is different.
Right.
They went a different route. They actually made Thor look the way he's like described in the text. They made Odin look the way they made everyone look the way they're described in the text. So when you looking at Thor and Boulder and all of them characters, they look like those characters, except for the two doors.
Sure.
I forget what the two doors look like, but I don't think they look like the. Either way, the way they depict the characters in the game is gonna win it for them for sure.
Absolutely.
For
Absolutely.
sure.
Let's get to the comments. Levante Arnwood, would y'all recommend Horizon and God of War is fire?
That's what's game of the year to you.
Yeah. Game of the damn. Just that. You see what I'm saying? You see
Yeah,
what I'm
but
saying?
that
Like,
he just proving my point of why they should have to wait until next year, bro.
all right, so I'm
It
gonna take
only been how long you been playing God of War, Levante? I appreciate that, Jeremy.
appreciate Jeremy says shared and like appreciate that definitely. To get to Levante's point about specifics, would y'all recommend Horizon? Yes. It's not. I didn't beat the game, so I can't tell you how the story plays out in anything like that. But just playing, like I say, a combined hour that I did, that game is fun, and that's a game I'm gonna pick up when I finally get my PS5. 100%. You know what I mean? And
Yeah, I would
Levante,
recommend that too.
he did say since it dropped, so he's been playing since it dropped. Now to get to your point, Wave, about that's what you mean. I remember specifically when Elden Ring came out, everyone was saying this game of the year, just forget it. Until God of War basically was confirmed for this year. And they was like, well, I don't know about that now because of God of War. So I do feel like these were always going to be the two games to battle it out. Unless God of War got pushed to next year. It's a
Bruh,
juggernaut game, you know what I mean? It's a juggernaut
bruh,
game.
it's not like by the time the Game Awards come out, it's gonna be probably 1 month exactly. How is that fair to judge when like like does that give you enough time to see if God of War have replay value? You feel me? Because we know Elden Ring have replay value, right? But does God of War have that same type of replay value? Because I feel like that is a big thing when it comes to game of the year, right? Because like,
You're right.
how can you say a game is game of the year if you only been playing it for 30 days? What if you ain't even play for the whole 30 days? We played it one time
right.
and then gonna say it's the game of the year. How? You only played the game once. You went through it one time. That's the game of the year. How?
I'm with
How many
you.
times you went through Elden Ring though? People done went through there building crazy different builds. You can't even do that on God of War.
I'm with you, but the
And I
game
love
been
God of
out.
War. You're making me feel like the people feel like I don't like God of War.
I'm with you, but the game been out a week, and there's people who have already beat the game 2 or 3 times. They put in heavy hours of God of War, man. I'm just like, I get your idea, and I'm not mad at it. I think that could be good, but I do think that would 100% affect the release dates. I think because some, like, you know what I mean, some don't care, but then some they do care about winning said awards. So like, I'm very curious how that would play out.
Let's come back to this replay question 2 months from now. This replay value question about God of War. It's probably gonna win it, right? But in 2 months from now, let's see the viewership and how many people are still playing through God of War. We're gonna see. And then we're gonna look at Elden Ring, because I guarantee it's gonna be more people still playing Elden Ring.
Nah, I don't know about that, because
we'll see. We will see.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm being biased because I'm basing it off of God of War 2018, and they played that for a long time. So like, obviously I can't predict the future, of course, right? But God, I just know their fan base is huge, so like there's gonna be people replaying it. All right, but let's get to the comments. Jeremy Pardue, if I'm pronouncing your last name, please correct me. What about the God of War movie? Heard rumors for years, the first one. Take my money, like the moment it comes out. Like,
who would you want to see play Kratos?
That's the big question. Yep, that's the big question right there.
And do we want the original God of War, or do we want the God of War with Atreus?
Yeah. So definitely a comment to let us know that. Levante Armwood, I personally don't like. They don't do DLC. I'm not a fan of new games, new game plus, but I could play it a few times.
See already. Already.
Also, Michael Shaw Robinson, if he was healthy, Triple H, yeah, right, because he does have the pacemaker in his chest now, so I don't know if he'd be able to do that. Yeah, he has a pacemaker in his chest. He got put in a few months ago, so I don't know if he would be able to physically handle the shooting. Like, I know, obviously, we got stunt
playing Kratos.
Levante Armwood, The Rock playing Kratos. Oh man,
Nah, I can't see that, bro.
No,
maybe Triple H would be cool, man. He could do it if he had a stunt double, man.
Right.
He would, if he didn't have to do the crazy stunts and could get away with it.
Yeah,
I would love to see Triple H, but not The Rock, bro. And The Rock is a terrible actor.
Yo, but you know they're gonna do it with the ball head. You know what I mean? Because he already got the ball head and stuff like that. I
would not want to see that. I'm sorry.
Levante,
go Steve Austin. Nah,
Jessica Brown said The Rock would definitely, he would try. As like, if he sees enough people want it, he gonna try.
He got the muscle. He could be Triple H stunt double.
Said love The Rock, but no, like, nah, I'm with you. Nah, The Rock can't do it. Levante said Stone Cold Steve Austin. Some people say he getting in shape to wrestle at this year's. For all we know, he might be getting in shape to play Kratos. Like I'm just saying.
Yeah, I could see Batista. That'd be dope.
Batista, here's a good one. He played Drax, right? In Guardians.
Yeah, he played Drax. Yeah,
he'd be good.
I could see that because he already got that kind of persona with Drax. I could see them switching over to, and he don't got to talk too much, and he Groot too.
Yeah,
Batista is Groot as well, so he played two roles.
Low key, as long as it's not The Rock or Vin Diesel, I'm cool with it. Like you know what I mean?
I don't. CM Punk would have to put on 50 pounds of muscle.
Yeah, nah, definitely. Wow.
Hold on, chat. Wow, y'all sticking to wrestlers. What about it's other people out there? Why everybody doing wrestlers? Everybody
who got the stature to play Kratos like that?
What about
Vin Diesel? That's one who's somewhat muscular, like that.
I don't really know. Maybe that's why y'all stuck to wrestlers, because I can't really think of no actors. Yeah, nobody is built like Kratos.
Yeah, like it's gonna be The Rock. It's gonna be The Rock.
Yeah, sadly,
you know what I mean? Yeah,
The Rock is gonna mess that movie up
because they're gonna want a big star. You know what I mean? They're gonna want that big star to play him. That's a good question, Jeremy, though, about this, like the movie, because I'm first in line to watch that. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm first in line if The Rock is playing Kratos, but like I would want to see the movie itself. So
Batista's a great actor, man. That to me, that's my pick. I'm not budging off of that.
right, yeah, wrestler. There's acting involved, but I mean, no disrespect to The Rock, but
He's shown
he's
it don't
shown that
always
it's different.
translate to
Yeah,
the big screen, because he is a terrible actor.
Jessica Brown. As long as they keep Chris Pratt
So
away.
is John Cena. John Cena's a terrible actor too. Y'all ever seen John Cena act?
I mean, he wasn't bad at as a Peacemaker
Bruh.
from Suicide Squad.
Oh yeah, he did a good job on that. But the
Right,
show
but I mean,
he got a movie on Netflix. I'm like, yo, John Cena, why you did this?
yeah.
But yeah, he did a good job as Peacemaker.
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie, he did.
I do agree. Chris Pratt can't be it. Once we get through the Mario movie, like Chris Pratt need to just chill out. Every time there's a blockbuster, Chris Pratt involved, and I don't know why, but like every time it's a blockbuster movie, Chris Pratt jump in it. Like,
I mean, I like Chris Pratt. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how he gonna do as Mario. I'm kind of skeptical about that one. They should have tried to get somebody with Mario accent, but
yo.
whatever.
So speaking of that, real quick, and then we'll get back to the game, the Game Awards. Remember when we talked about the Mario movie, and I was bugging out on why they picked Chris Pratt. At the time, I'm gonna say something, and you're gonna die laughing. I didn't know the movie was animated. I thought they were redoing like a live Mario movie, like back in the day.
Nah, me too though.
Right. So because it's animated, why didn't they just go get the voice actor Charles Martin? He's still alive.
Right. That's what I was just saying. Why would they use his voice? That to me is really stupid.
Yeah. So I might be good on the Mario movie now because I like
I don't want to watch that either. That's crazy. I don't want to watch Mario talking like me.
Right, like talking like he about to go fight some dinosaurs in Jurassic Park. Like, yeah, I don't know, man. They might have missed the ball. You know what? This is kind of making me not look forward to another video game movie. Like,
we need to go to Sonic Route 2 and bully them into letting the real Mario voice be Mario.
Absolutely. Like,
John,
I don't know,
man. Skeptical about. Hold on, I'm reading Jeremy's thing. We should bully. I'm still with the bullying them to let the original Mario voice be Mario. I'm sticking to that.
So, Jeremy said John Cena, WWE champion, should play Kratos in the first God of War movie. He has the build. Obviously, you know what? I would take it over The Rock.
Cena could do that.
I would take it over. All right, if you had to pick The Rock or Cena to play Kratos,
Cena just don't cross me as I can't see him on screen as some angry all the time dude, bro. Even when even though he did good with Peacemaker, I don't know. I just can't see Cena doing a good job with Kratos. I'm sticking to Batista. Yeah, I'm with Michael, bro. I'm sticking with Batista or Triple H. And then if it's Triple H, The Rock could be his stunt double or something because they built the same way.
I'm good on The Rock being a part of the movie.
He could swing the heavy ass chains around because Triple H might.
He can go do Hobbs and Shaw. He go do Hobbs and Shaw too. Levante Armour said Josh Brolin, who played Thanos in the Marvel movies.
No.
Yeah, I'm looking for Kratos specifically. I'm looking more for an actor without the CGI. Huge. You know what I mean? Without the CGI, I'm looking more for
you can't do it.
Yeah, because like he would have to have a lot of like close-ups in the movie, and CGI is great, but I don't know how that's gonna look when you know what I mean, in like a face-to-face scene. But let's get back to the Game Awards, man. Like Jeremy with a great question,
Kratos out here,
right? Jeremy with a great question, like sidebar this, and that's cool. But like, all right. So next part we talking about is the one that Tsunamic Wave specifically want to talk about, and that's Games for Impact, which is a thought-provoking game with pro-social meaning or message. First one up was a Memoir Blue. Second, As Dusk Falls. 3, Citizen Sleeper. 4, Endling Extinction is Forever. 5, Hindsight. And 6, If I Was a Teenage Exocolonist.
Why is there so many nominations?
Good question. I've only heard of or played 2 of these, and it was very off Game Pass, and that was Memoir Blue, and then Exo Colonist, which is the sixth one. And both those games, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't like enough to complete, but I do know A Memoir Blue is popular, so I have a feeling that's going to win. And the message behind it has to do somewhat with mental health, I guess is the
Yeah,
best way to put it.
that's mostly what all these games
Right.
is harping on.
So one, I want to get your thoughts on why you like the award itself, and then give me your thoughts on what do you think is going to win.
Well, I like the award itself because of what it represents, um, which is like you said, mental. It shows games that like to touch on topics like mental health, which I think is important,
Absolutely.
um, especially in our community. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I personally deal with that stuff myself.
Sure.
That's why if you ever follow or see any of my streams, I have the depression hotline at the
Absolutely.
corner for anybody that need to talk to anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm always available to talk to as well. If you need to talk to anybody, I'm not a psychologist or anything like that, but I am up to give advice or talk or listen. You know, I'll just listen if anybody want me to, because that's important to me.
Yeah.
But me personally, I like As Dusk Falls. That game is pretty interactive. It's not really one of those games where you go in and control too much. You don't really control the people. You kind of just control the decisions. And based on your decisions, kind of push you through the game in certain ways. And I think games like that is pretty cool. I'm not really too big on games like that. But just the messaging alone was cool to me. But like you said, the most popular game up there is A Memoir Blue.
Yep.
There's another game that I played on Game Pass that I can't think of the name, and I was trying to think of it the whole time I was talking, but it's about a young girl, and she goes through in her head or whatever, clearing out the darkness, basically, which is like kind of mental health things too. They just talking down on her, just in her head, beating her up, and she just trying to clear it. And I
Sure.
think that game should have got some shine on Games for Impact. I'm gonna actually find the game name so I could tell you guys, but
Not
right now
yeah.
I have it on top of my head.
So this is As Dust Falls. If you guys are checking it out, so this is a game that I looked up. I haven't actually played it myself, but yeah, I wouldn't be mad if any of these games won just based on the research I did. I think both of these games, I think all six of these games actually have a good message behind them, and we could put like in a document or something later on, or on on the Facebook page, just in what the games are about. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I think that's important. So I'm definitely down for As Dust Falls winning. I still like A Memoir Blue as a game better, but like I said, both of the messages are actually important and incredible. Make sure you check out Wave Stream too, because not only do you actually watch them play games that we all love, but like you also just be able to chat. You know what I mean? That's one of the things that I found with streamers, like just being able to chat with them, you know what I mean, about anything. You get to some of the most dopest conversations when it comes to streaming, as I'm sure you can attest to.
Yeah, no, that's a fact. I bet plenty dope people just just them
Absolutely.
stopping by and just having a conversation. And it don't be tons of people in my stream. I'm not popular at all, so um, I'm like I said, if you want to talk, come holler. You don't got to be on no stream though.
Nah,
That's
of course, yeah, yeah.
kind of crazy.
All right, so let's move over to best indie game, man. And of course, this is we all know what indie games are, right? Like, basically, if it ain't triple A, they're indie games. Like, all right. So for outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publishers, basically triple A. So if it ain't made by Rockstar, EA, 2K, Square Enix, like that. So we got Cult of the Lamb, Neon White, Sifu, Stray, and Tunic. Now, this one was tough for me specifically because of Sifu, Stray, and Tunic. But all three of these games I've heard a lot about. I played Stray. I don't get the hype behind it. You know what I mean? Like I'm not mad at it, but like the craze that was behind Stray, which I do think is going to win the award, but the hype behind Stray is winning one of these awards. It ain't walking around. It ain't walking out winning nothing. I didn't like Stray at all, but it's super popular, bro. It really is. Like it's super duper popular, and I get why people like it. I guess. I mean, like it's kind of hard for me because I don't like the game. Right? Like, but like,
don't be shy. Tell it like it is.
No,
you
I'm
don't
not,
like
like,
it. You don't know why people like it.
I like it's one of the rare games I think I like to watch on stream more than I actually like to play it. If that makes sense.
I understand that. It's completely.
So I do think it's gonna win. But what's your thoughts on the nominees as well as what do you think is gonna win?
I mean, honestly, for me, it would be Sifu. Sifu been killing the game. You know what I'm saying? As far as indie games go, I didn't even know that was indie. To be honest, I didn't know Stray was indie. Stray is a nice game too. I'm not gonna act like Sifu gonna run away with it. Stray has had a chance to show that it belongs. So like I can see it sneaking that award up under Sifu nose, but I don't see how it be Sifu. Like if it do, I don't know how these criterias work, bro.
Sure. I mean,
Sifu been killing the game,
right?
Like, cause real talk, cause you gotta. I mean, where do we look at the numbers? Are we looking at the numbers from a standpoint of selling? Are we looking at the numbers of viewership? When I say viewership, I mean how many people is logging into sites like Twitch, Facebook Gaming, and YouTube to watch other people play or watch just like walkthroughs or games, period. You feel me? Because like if we talking about stuff like that, then how does Sifu not win? Sifu been killing. Stray has been doing good too. Don't get me wrong, but Sifu been killing for a while now, and it's still doing pretty good because they added a DLC, if I'm not mistaken. Somebody could correct me in the chat.
No, they did. I think it's really just based on in terms of for the Game Awards. I think it's for this particular one. It's just for basically the creativity and like how well it did from a technical side. Because you know, what I mean, one of the things about indie games is they don't have the budget to like put out an Elden Ring, a God of War, right?
That's a fact.
So basically, I mean, some people they prefer indie games because they think more care was put into it, and they feel like they what they lack in graphical showcase, they just seem to be more fun, right?
Yeah.
Go back to It Takes Two, which was an indie game that won Game of the Year.
That's crazy. That is crazy.
But if you've ever played it, as hell, you laugh because it's like, yeah, this won Game of the Year, but like it's fun as hell, and like there's not much to really talk about the game, but like once you play it, you're like, yo, look, man, I don't care what the budget was on this game, but it was fun. And same with Sifu. Again, although I don't like Stray, I know why people like it because it's fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just particularly don't like that particular game. So,
and that is okay.
But if Stray or Sifu win, I'm cool with that because they both they came out at different times and they both had like the spotlight, So it just basically goes off what people remember most. So let's get to the comments real quick. Jeremy Pardue, I want to direct a live action Mario 64 movie. The greatest Mario 64 speed runner of all time, Italian New Yorker, YouTube gamer, original 151 Vinny Cash can play him. He has world speed records for the game. Huh. Okay.
That would be dope, bro.
That's a super idea, man. Yo, like.
Okay, I found the game that I was talking about for the Impact. Sea of Solitude.
Okay. I've heard of that. Yep.
Sea of Solitude is on Game Pass. That's why I was like, I'm gonna find it. All right.
I definitely.
I had to make sure I found that before we got off.
Comment, like, how'd you come up with that idea? Because that's
a super dope idea.
Yeah, it's detailed too, which I like. Like, now that's dope, man. Definitely.
You need to start writing that, bro, and delete that out our chat so nobody steal your idea.
right. Because you know how
Quickly.
you know how it go. You
Delete
know
that.
how it go. They'll steal it quick. They'll steal it quick. All right. Next, let's get something that me and Wave both know about. Best action game. And we know it's basically focused on the combat. First, we got Bayonetta 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, of course, Neon White, Sifu, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, which is a dope game. I prefer it on the Switch than to the PS5 or Xbox. But what's your thoughts on this one, man?
Bro, how is Modern Warfare 2 up here?
All right. We know.
Bro, what is going on? All right, let me.
We know.
Oh, so we know who's gonna win this category, Modern Warfare 2, because they yeah. Yeah. All right, but let me answer the two questions. Okay, who do I want? Who do I believe should win? Okay. I'm not gonna lie, I had mad fun on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Absolutely.
I also had a lot of fun on Bayonetta. I don't assume either one of those games will win. Neon White, I keep seeing this game. Me personally, I'm not really a fan of Neon White.
Sure.
So this is my pick. So I'm being biased here. All right, I would pick out of all of those games, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder Revenge. Because of that game is so fun, bro. Like, honestly,
I'm with you.
It brings the arcade feel, and it just, I don't know, it just touched my soul at the kid in me.
Okay.
But honestly, I really think Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 is going to win because, like, again, what numbers are we looking at, right? Call of Duty got the viewership down packed.
Of course.
Down packed. Modern Warfare
games this year already.
Right. No. If you could probably look on Twitch right now, and it's probably on top of the games with the most viewership right now. Right. And then with Warzone 2 just dropping, I don't see how they can put any other game above them for best action game. Right. But again, we don't know the criteria, so I'm just guessing on a criteria I'm making up in my own head.
Yeah. So one of the things I like about the Game Awards is like the descriptions are very vague, right? Like these descriptions I put are literally taken straight from the Game Awards website. I actually don't think Call of Duty is going to win. I think Call of Duty is now to the point where you can have all the sales, you can have all the records and numbers, but I feel like the Game Awards is trying to get like they're trying to be like in the know, right? So I feel like certain games like Call of Duty, NBA 2K, the big ones that always like do numbers aren't going to win. I actually think Sifu is going to win this one. I actually think Stray's going to win the indie one. Sifu's going to win the action one because the action in that game is incredible, like absolutely incredible. I'm like, you had a bunch of fun with the Ninja Turtles game. That was like nostalgia. You know what I mean? Like I grew up on the Ninja Turtles just like you did. So I think Sifu's going to win this one and actually want it to win. It definitely deserves it, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think they should win.
So that's what I got for that one. The next one I think is going to be very interesting. That's best RPG. Obviously, RPG stands for role-playing games. Somebody put they asked me that the other day, and I was like, you know what? It's not like I knew that my entire life. Like I learned that like probably like 2014 when I started playing RPG games, right? So, but first up, we got Elden Ring, we got Live Alive, Pokemon Legends Arceus, Triangle Strategy, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. I feel like no matter what wins this, all hell's gonna break loose because there's a big fan base for Elden Ring, of course. There's a huge fan base for any Pokemon game ever, right? Live Alive is another game that people love, and Xenoblade is doing numbers within itself. So I'm like, it's gonna be a tough one, like without a doubt. And Triangle Strategy, I'm not too familiar with.
Yeah, me neither. I ain't gonna lie.
But I mean, it's on there for a reason. So personally, I want Xenoblade Chronicles 3 to win. I played it a little bit on the Switch, but this one is tough. Elden Ring probably will take it home.
Honestly, the game that I think will win is probably the game that I want to win too. Because it took them a while, but they finally did it. You feel me? Pokemon Arceus
Okay,
really changed everything when they made this game as far as the Pokemon world go. I feel like they could have did it sooner.
sure,
But I mean, it's nothing like the present. You know what I'm saying?
right,
So, I feel like they changed the game and they did a really good job. Like, a lot of times when people just change the landscape of their game, they mess it up because they try to copy and paste something else, or they just, try to freestyle it and it just don't
sure,
come out good. But Pokemon did it a really good job here. And I think they're gonna continue that with the next one, but we ain't speaking about that. So I believe they're gonna win, and I think they honestly deserve it.
okay,
I do. I think they took a risk. I think they were scared at first because the old school ways was working. You know what I mean?
absolutely,
Like, who was gonna complain about that? Kids loved it, and it
yep.
didn't matter what generation they was gonna eat it up. Create that pause. So I feel like Pokemon deserved that off of that.
No,
Who I
I
think
agree.
they I don't
I
know who
agree.
gonna win. It's tough.
This is the one that whatever wins, I'm cool with. You know what I mean? Like I said, I haven't personally played Triangle Strategy, but it's one of those games that just based off looking at it, I can see why I would like it without a doubt. Um, but at the same time, Levante almost said good catch. Yo, yeah, crazy. But yeah, man, Pokemon, like I enjoyed that game. I know some hardcore Pokemon fans kind of had a problem with it because it did deviate from it. But I think there's room to have, like you said, to have both the original style and this kind of new adventure style. So I'm cool with both types of games. Um, yeah, without a doubt. Let's get to this next one real quick. Best sports racing game. I know the 2K fans like 2K, 2K, but F1 22, FIFA 23, NBA 2K 23, Gran Turismo 7, and Ali Ali. I know some may be asking, what about Forza Horizon 5, which came out last year? It already won for last year. So that's why now we know Tsunamic Waves thinks it should be for this year, but
Right.
it already won the award last year. So now we get a whole new slate, right?
But the fans are with me. Whoever feel it that way, they with me.
So let me ask you this, man. Mine is straight up quick. I think FIFA's going to win. Although I think personally, I would give it to F1. I'm not the biggest F1 fan. I'm not a fan at all. But looking at the game, it looks amazing. But I think FIFA, just the popularity, I think that's going to win. Maybe Gran Turismo, but I think FIFA will win.
Yeah, I'm on the same boat. I don't think 2K have a chance.
Like,
They don't even deserve to be in a nomination. I don't really care
damn.
how much I love 2K. FIFA is probably gonna win, like you said. I think it's either gonna be FIFA or to me it's Gran Turismo is always a
Great game.
beautiful game, bro.
Great game. Yep.
Like Gran Turismo is always a beautiful game, and Gran Turismo 7 does not disappoint. It is a beautiful game. If you're in a simulation racing, Gran Turismo is one of the best. It's always been, and I think they have just been improving and improving, and that is pretty hard to do with a racing game because like cars don't really change, and they using authentic cars, so it's
Yep.
like for it to always get better, that's tough.
No.
So it's either for me, it's either Gran Turismo or FIFA.
I'm not mad at that. Gran Turismo is probably one of the best looking games every time it drops, whether the
Where's
PlayStation
Madden?
2. So, hell no. Levante Armwood agrees with FIFA. Jeremy's back. He said Pokemon Trainer Ball Z is fire. Red ROM hack. Your Pokemon fighters are Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z characters.
Oh, that's pretty dope. I
Nah,
don't know if I'm with
yeah.
that,
The
but
Red
that's
ROM hack.
pretty dope.
Yo, as a fire. Yo, that's crazy. I know about that. Jeremy, you putting this on tonight. That's crazy. Like, I gotta see that. I gotta look that up after the show. All right, this next one, I think this is where the game you mentioned earlier will get its love. Best multiplayer game, and we already know, like, at least from my standpoint, although I respect every game on this list, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, and
Mm-hmm.
we got Multiverses, which kind of did take the world by storm before it even was officially released. Overwatch 2, which is loved, of course. Splatoon 3, which is amazing. And of course,
Mm-hmm.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge. This is where I see Call of Duty getting its what I call the one award of the night, right? Ain't no
Yeah,
way in hell. Like unless
it's a
Call of
shoe in for
Duty,
them.
right, unless Modern Warfare 2 is going up against Warzone, like 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 it's gonna win this one rather easily, in my opinion.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is pretty much a shoe in for them.
Right,
I mean, this is crazy because I enjoyed all. I ain't gonna say all of the games because I mean I enjoyed all of the games. I'm not gonna sit here and I'm not gonna lie. I enjoy
right.
all of these games. I still play Overwatch right now. I haven't played the others in a minute, but I'm literally playing, like I said, Modern Warfare. All once I get off of here, I'm playing that. So
Yeah,
that just shows you the power that game kind of has for most people. I'm not gonna say everybody, but a lot of people, I should say. Um, Multiverse
yeah.
was cool, but it can't really hang with Call of Duty.
It not at all.
Uh,
Let, let's be honest, not at all.
yeah, nah, unless I'm being honest, but Splatoon 3 is kind of in the same
Yep,
realm because it's a shooter and they don't hang. That's kind of more of a kid thing.
right.
The only thing that really hangs with it is Overwatch, and they
It ain't no.
really don't have the greatest community or biggest community right now. It's growing, it's getting better, but it's not where Call of Duty's is at. Like I said, it depends on the criteria. If it's about viewership, Call of Duty, I mean, they gonna run away with that. They gotta
Absolutely.
be a shooting, regardless of the criteria, really.
Absolutely. Let's jump right into the next one. And then of course we'll talk about game of the year. Most anticipated. Of course, these are all the games that are not out yet, but have been officially announced with release dates. Final Fantasy 16, Hogwarts Legacy, Resident Evil 4, Starfield, and The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. Some people still decide to call it Breath of the Wild 2. This one is the toughest one I had to pick because I'm thinking
Yeah,
about what I'm anticipating, and I'm anticipating literally all of them. Like that's why this one right now is actually tough as hell. Final Fantasy 16, I think, is going to be incredible. I think it'll be well worth the wait, and the wait has been crazy for it. We both talked about Hogwarts Legacy since we first heard about it.
yeah,
Resident Evil, I always play every new one. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Starfield, again, we talked about it, and then still with the whole Microsoft Activision thing looming, I think that's going to be a big game. And then, of course, The Legend of Zelda, the Breath of the Wild one was one of the most played games of all time. So I'm gonna let you take this one first, bro. What do you think is going to win, and what do you want to win?
This one is tough. So I'm gonna go with the one that I want to win first because I'm not gonna lie. I'm a Harry Potter stan.
Okay, yep.
Okay, so Hogwarts Legacy is probably gonna be the first time that we're gonna get an actual Harry Potter game. I know it's tons of Harry Potter games out there,
Yeah.
but like this is gonna be the first time we get an actual Harry Potter game. So like that's the one I'm like most anticipating. Okay.
No
And
doubt.
then after that, it's probably fine. I don't know, bro. The Legend of Zelda, really? It gotta be the Legend of Zelda. It's tough. It's
Yeah,
tough because
yo,
Xbox been kind of pumping up Starfield
right.
every chance they get.
Big fan base too.
Um, I'm a Resident Evil fan too. It's this is tough.
Yeah.
This is tough.
Um,
So I say I want Hogwarts, and I think Resident Evil 4 will win.
sure. Comment from Matt Irizarry. Yo, what's good, bro?
Yo,
Uh, yeah, this one is one of the toughest ones. Actually, it's probably the toughest one I had to pick personally. Um, I could see any of these winning. If I had to, what I want to win is probably the Hogwarts game. to be real. Just every time I see a trailer for it, I get more and more hyped for the game. I'm with you though. I think Legend of Zelda it's what I call Nintendo magic, right? Whenever Mario, Zelda step on the scene, everybody lose their mind. And it could be Mario Kart, it could be Smash, like literally, like it don't matter what the game is. If Mario or Zelda is involved, then I feel like everybody gets hyped. So I do think that's gonna that's gonna be the one. All right, 2 comments to get to. Jeremy Purdue, what do you think of the Mario 64 Iceberg videos and Mario 64 is a digital Masonic initiate? I don't think I saw those. Like,
I don't I don't know what those are, man. I
let
don't
me know.
do we want to know what those are? Like honestly, do
Let
we
me
want to
know.
see those?
Let me know. I think I heard of the Iceberg one. I don't know about the digital Masonic one. Definitely let me know what you mean. Levante Armwood, what's Hogwarts Legacy look like? What it will be like? Story progression or open world? Any idea?
It's gonna be open world. Is I don't really know of the story progression, so but it's gonna be
It's a
like
prequel. I know that. It's a prequel.
yeah. So it's like what happens before Harry Potter type thing.
Yep.
You're gonna be able to play it with friends in the open world, and it's obviously gonna have story progression. It ain't talking too much about what the story gonna be about. But we do know it is open world. It's gonna think Elden Ring, but with magic. Like, you know, not kind of like you fighting bosses.
Right.
I'm talking more of like the way you move and use your spells.
I'm with you on that.
But
Go
as
ahead, go
far
ahead,
as
go ahead.
story, I don't know.
So yeah, the story's a prequel. So like, there's like you're not gonna know what the story is about, because it's a prequel. I get what you mean though, in terms of it's not like you're going through Harry Potter 1, right? Like you're not playing that story. You're playing what happened before that, which I think is dope because I wouldn't probably want to play through Harry Potter 1. Any games out y'all recommend trying? Yeah, one definitely is A Plague Tale Requiem, which we're about to talk about because it is up for game of the year. It's on Game Pass, so if you still have Game Pass, you'll be able to just go in and play it. I'm pretty sure you can even play it cloud, so you don't even have to install it yet just to check it out. I think that game is excellent. I Call of Duty, of course, it's something to check out. Do you have anything that you would recommend? Game Pass?
Yeah,
Game
I got
Pass
two.
or games?
I got 2 games, Deathloop and Grounded. If you,
Yep.
I recommend you play Grounded with your friends, though. I mean, you could play it by yourself, but it's more fun when you got multiple people. And Deathloop, Deathloop is a single player. That's something you can play by yourself. It's pretty dope. I don't want to spoil it with anything, so I'm just gonna give you the names and then let you go in there and kind of figure it out.
No doubt.
So Deathloop, Grounded.
Matt is about to play Elden Ring. No cat. Well, we about to discuss Elden Ring because we about to talk about Game of the Year.
Have fun.
So,
Elden Ring is dope.
Elden Ring is dope, 100%. Jeremy Pardue, their conspiracy theories about the game, real or fake, the videos are interesting. I'm gonna check them out, man. I can get down with some conspiracy theories, especially about video games. I love conspiracy theories and I love video games. So conspiracy theories on video games, I'm with. I'm definitely check them out and I'm gonna hit you up to talk about it. No doubt. All right, Tsunami Wave, you ready to talk about Game of the Year?
Yes, sir.
All right, Game of the Year. Obviously, basically, what's the best overall experience of a game, and from a creative standpoint, technical standpoint, the whole nine, right? A Plague Tale Requiem's up for Game of the Year. Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Bro, I'm gonna say this: if any one of these games won Game of the Year, and I'm gonna take your caveat of God of War just came out, put that to the side. Based off what I've played and what I've seen from these games, if any of these 6 games win, I'm not mad at it, right? I don't think this is gonna be like a last year where everybody freaked out because It Takes 2 won. You know what I mean? I think all 6 of these games are incredible. The one I think is least likely to win is A Plague Tale Requiem, personally, but I think it's gonna come down to Elden Ring and God of War Ragnarok. I think those are the 2 giants. I think that's why some people wanted God of War Ragnarok to get pushed to next year. Unless you were a Starfield fan, then you were like, no, because Starfield right now is the one. You know what I mean? That and Zelda is supposed to battle it out for next year. If I had to pick personally for game of the year, I'd probably go Elden Ring, only because the game came out. It's probably one of the best launches of all time. It literally got perfect scores across the board, and then as time went on, they started to adjust the scores down some. But I haven't seen a launch like that since Ocarina of Time, and we're talking about the Nintendo 64. Like Breath of the Wild was close, Super Mario Odyssey was close, but Elden Ring has especially for a PlayStation and Xbox game, Elden Ring had one of the best launches of all time. So that has to be the game of the year. I said it back when it dropped, and I'm keeping that now. Elden Ring has to win game of the year.
So I just did a quick search to look at the viewership of Elden Ring real quick to see how many people is just watching it. It ain't doing as good as I thought it was. but that's just only on one platform. I didn't do a full search. I just wanted to look at something real quick. Obviously, God of War is doing way better right now. But like I said earlier, you said it. We don't want to be using recency bias, but at the same time, we not the people that's gonna ultimately decide who wins this award. It's gonna be the fans, and since that is the case, we know God of War Ragnarok is gonna win because right now it's just the best game out. Right now it's the best game out. Like all the other games been out for a while, so right now the game is either Call it Modern Warfare or you playing God of War. I mean, it's everybody playing other games too, but those are the ones, the main ones right now. Right, so I feel like God of War gonna win. Elden Ring probably ain't got a chance.
So, I mean, bro. Well, one, I think we agree it comes down to those two games, and that's not to discount Horizon, Stray, or Xenoblade.
Nah, those are great games.
Great games, but we're talking about the game that took the world by storm all year long versus the game that's now taking the world by storm, right? And I think although people have moved on to God of War, I think people, when it's time I think some people, they take it serious and they look back. All right, 2022, what did I play? The first game that comes to mind for I say 95% of the world, Elden Ring. So I think Elden Ring's gonna win. I do.
Nah, because I mean, listen, Jay, most of the world, when they get a delicious ice cream in their hands, right? They don't go, the ice cream I had last week tastes a little bit better than this, or it tastes just like this.
I'm with you.
They be like, this ice cream tastes good, or this ice cream ain't too good right now. They don't even think about to compare it to the last week ice cream or last month ice cream. And I'm using ice cream because I love ice cream. You can use whatever you want, but the analogy stays the same. Right?
Here's why though. It's very rare an exclusive game wins. Now, granted, the last exclusive game to win Game of the Year was God of War in 2018, but Elden Ring, Xbox players got to play Elden Ring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think just by default, I think it should win personally, but I think it's gonna win. If God of War Ragnarok beats Elden Ring for Game of the Year, I'm be shocked only because of the exclusives. You know what I mean? It's a PlayStation game versus Elden Ring being on both. So, but so those are the nominees for the 2022 Game Awards. So now just for the next few minutes, we opened it up. We do have a comment from Matt Irizuri who said he's trying to put the One Piece mod on it though, so he could play as Zoro in Elden Ring.
It's a certain way you could build Zoro without putting a mod on. I'm sure you're familiar with that though. You just want to actually have Zoro.
So B, I got a pizza in the city I can't stop thinking about, and I've had lots of good and decent pizza since. When you ask pizza of the year, I'm saying NYC pizza drunk at 2 a.m. for sure. Yo.
But at the same time, so you thinking about that pizza at the moment though. You're not thinking about the pizza from last week, even if the pizza trash. You thinking about the trash at the moment. Or the great goodness.
You said
that was in March fair. You crazy.
Yo, Matt. What other games are you playing right now? Like these days besides Elden Ring. Because I
Clearly, you
know
need to go get you another slice of pizza too, man. All right.
that's hilarious. Yeah, man. So like, just I feel like gaming is actually in a good state right now. You know what I mean? I definitely think gaming is in a good state right now. There's some things that could be fixed, of course. Like, all right, so we got one from Levante. God of War has to win. To me, there's still over 30 days in the year. So
Bro, it
he's
only
saying,
been out for 10 days, though. It's only gonna be out for 40 days of the year, sir. So forget the other 310 days, right?
so we got another one from Matt Erzer. He says, not gonna cap, I haven't been playing anything. I've been binge watching anime.
Yeah, I've been watching Hunter x Hunter, uh, One Piece. Yes, sir. Me too. I've
Yeah,
been playing games, but I also watch anime.
so I just got back to playing games probably like 2 weeks ago. I think like and actually more than 2 weeks ago now, but probably like three and a half. I've been playing a lot of COD. I know a previous episode I said I wasn't, but
Yeah, Hunter x Hunter fire. Hey, I want to go back to address Levante though. I'm not done with that comment, bro. Talking about it's 30 days left. Nah, let's forget about the anime. So let me ask you a question, Levante, right? You playing, I'm gonna use you in a situation because we actually, are familiar with each other. I know you like sports, right? Let's say you in the league, right? And you played 50 games, okay? Out of the 80, there's still 32 left, right? You play 50 games. You've been killing, you in the MVP, you at the top for MVP, right? Then let's say Steph Curry was hurt the first 50. He come back for the last 30. And his numbers are slightly better than yours, but you've been doing it the whole 82. Would you be okay with him winning an MVP?
it's a good one.
Would you? Would you be okay with him being an MVP even though he played 50 less games than you? You said drop. Yo, chase some smoke at the
Yeah, right. Like, yo, Matt out here lying. I definitely been drinking tonight. Like and played Destiny a little bit of Halo. As we wait on Levante's
Bro, you ain't played since Destiny 1. That's crazy. You gotta fix that.
to go with your analogy,
Right. I'm glad you see my
he
point, bro.
sees your
I don't
point,
think it's fair.
but at the same time, let's not act like the MVP award ain't BS in a way it's
But
awarded
is it
itself.
wrong to make him wait to the next award, or to make them wait to the next awards if they wait to holiday season to come out? I think they could be using the holiday season in their advantage too, bro. Because think about it. Think about how many kids can't afford games like God of War that's gonna get it because of the holiday season. That's gonna make you love it even more just because of the sentiment, not really because of the game.
So if they put the game awards in January, would that change your mind instead of December?
I I still wouldn't want the games coming out in November, December to be a part of the January awards. Nah, I wouldn't. It
Okay.
wouldn't, because I feel like you just if you're gonna do it in January or December, if you're doing it in December, right, in beginning of December, like they doing it, is because you probably trying not to include that holiday season. But the holidays season really start after Thanksgiving because of Black Friday, the gifts up and all of that. So it starts right before they really think it. I don't know what they're trying to do, but I'm assuming they're trying to give the awards out before the holiday season because it's on the 8th. But like if you're gonna do it like that, games that try to find that loophole and come out 3 weeks before, they shouldn't be counted in that, bro. I don't think that's fair because this is still holiday season. People gonna play God of War that can't afford it, probably gonna get it Black Friday for $20 or so less.
Or on Christmas. There's gonna be a bunch of kids who get the game for Christmas.
Levante, I said for a December 8th awards, it should be August. The end of August should be the cutoff. So September, October, and November should not be in that. I would even say October could be the cutoff. You get what I'm saying? And then November, December, which is November, should not be involved in it. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to be fair.
And I'm not even mad at it, but so let's say they went with that idea. I think what's going to happen is,
Yeah, December 8th is the awards.
yeah, you're about to see why he's saying that. The birthday, like, but
yeah, you called that. All right.
yeah. Nah, but like my only problem is like what's gonna happen is all the best games on purpose, like all the big companies, they choose to release their games in the holiday window, so kids who can't buy it get it for Christmas. So
I get that. I'm not, but they don't. But Jay, they don't really suffer if the game is that good. You don't suffer waiting a year to get that award. It don't even mean nothing. Or do you think these dudes is hanging these awards up in their office or something? Maybe they are. I don't know. I know I would. I'm personally me. I would.
No, but I'm thinking about like the way people vote on games. Like for example, let's take God of War Ragnarok, right? Next year, next December, when it's going up against Starfield. And Starfield's set to launch, I believe, in August. So right when you said that, right? In August, right. God of War launched a week ago now. So next year, when it's time to vote on the awards, when we do this show next November, people will be like, yo, God of War's already a year old. Ragnarok. Starfield is still new.
But that's what they're saying about Elden Ring right now.
That's my point. So I don't think that fixes it.
I'm not saying it fix it. Just make it fair.
It still wouldn't be fair to Ragnarok because now a game that might win Game of the Year this year probably ain't beating Starfield or Zelda next year. You see what I'm saying?
But then it ain't that good.
I got you.
Then it's not that good. That is fair to me. August, that gives people 3 to 3 months to play a game to see. I feel like that's fair. God of War, people literally Levante just say he played it like a couple times. Well, he gonna play it a couple times, but he gonna do that before the 8th, and he probably ain't gonna play it no more. And then they still gonna feel like it's the greatest. Let that honeymoon stage die off a little bit.
No, I got you.
They still gonna be in honeymoon phases, feeling like it's the greatest game ever. Like, you feel me? People don't feel like that about God of War 1, but when it first dropped, everybody felt like God of War was the best game ever. Now they looking back. I just played through it. I'm like, that game was mad short. How was that the game of the year ever? I feel like that was a 20-hour game.
I'm with you, and like we always talk about replay value, right? That's why we do when we do our normal show. That's why we do the This Week in Gaming. You know what I mean? Because we know, like, when we talk on games, there's not too many games that we talk about that don't got replay value, right? So I get it, but I'm thinking about like how the industry is and how they vote. That like these games, like for example, Halo, it's never ever going to drop in March. It's always going to drop like in this window. Call of Duty's always going to drop in this window. And but to what you said, I don't think they care about the award. They care about the money. Let's put it out. The hardcore guys will get it first, and then all the kids who can't obviously buy their own game will get it for Christmas, right?
Right.
But I'm thinking about the way people vote because I could see it now. If God of War Ragnarok was not nominated, every single person that's wanted to hate on Stray or Elden Ring would be like, oh, well, it's not the real game of the year because God of War came out this year. That's how people are. You know it is. You know what I mean?
Right. So so it would only be fair to let God of War get its run and then have them go up against other games who still gonna get a chance to get their run.
I think it'd be better to do it kind of how the Grammys do it, where the Grammys it's in February, but it goes from everything in that year. So move the Game Awards to February or January, and everything in 2022 is fair game. Because what's going to happen is,
honestly, I feel like that would be more fair because games that try to drop November and hit that right before holiday mark would still get 2 to 3 months of play in.
Right.
Which is cool. Except for the December. See, then the cutoff would have to be like maybe November then. Like the cutoff would have to probably be November. I would still not count the holiday games. I feel like the holiday games should have to wait till the next year, bro, because in my opinion, it could be argued that they're using that the sentiment of getting that gift, right? To make you, because everybody know how I feel getting that game you wanted on Christmas, bro, or for the holidays, or early gift, right?
Absolutely.
I feel like that helps sway people votes. You get what I'm saying? That's what I feel like could be happening with God of War. It ain't that close, but this is still around. Kids getting God of War. I bet you there's parents out here saying this is an early Christmas gift here.
Right.
You feel me? Because they want to hit them with the game so they could play it with everybody and they not waiting in Christmas. Some parents will make you wait, but nowadays most parents ain't making their kids wait. They hitting them with it. This is early. This is an early Christmas gift. My little cousin, she just got an early Christmas gift. She got it. I ain't gonna say just. She got hers like 2 weeks ago. Christmas gift. You get what I'm saying? So like people, that's how I know people. I know there's a lot of people out there like that. And I know people out there like that. You get what I'm saying? And I feel like that is sway. So like, I feel like that cutoff gotta be that holiday season, regardless of when you do the awards. Yeah, I had to wait too, bro. I feel your pain. Everybody else played it, putting spoilers out there. Wasn't no YouTube. People was just telling you after school. You know,
yo, that's a fact. Like, yo, that is a fact.
Wait too. Yeah, my kids waiting too, bro. They don't even really care about games.
Christmas gifts are Christmas gifts. So, I mean, like, I'm not giving you the gift early. Why? You know what I mean? Nah, you good on that. All right, so appreciate the love and support. We'll catch you guys next week. We're going back to weekly shows. Next week, we'll get back to our regular format. And if you don't know what that is, tune in next week to catch the regular format. We talk about some retro games and new stuff. This is probably the hottest time in gaming each year, this holiday window. Tomorrow, look out on the Facebook page for more posts and stuff like that, just to give you a little hint of what retro games dropped tomorrow. One of them is a huge one, WWF No Mercy, probably the greatest wrestling game of all time.
That is not a hint. That's full-blown telling them.
Right. A certain Metroid game that dropped in early 2000s for the GameCube. The Herbs, if you don't know what that is, it's an urban version of The Sims. That's all.
Not the Herbs. Yeah, I was thinking. Stop thinking like that.
Not HERBS. URBS. You know what I mean?
Not the Herbs. Yeah, I was thinking. Get your heads from like that, man.
Some Pokemon games and some zombie games. But as always, yo, pass the sticks. JB Tsunamic Wave. Close it out, bro.
Hey man, I ain't gonna lie. I appreciate all the comments. I appreciate the likes, the shares, the followage from my boy Jeremy. I appreciate Matt, Levante, Jess. If I missed your name, I apologize. Mike. Yep. Oh yeah, shout out Mike. Mike came through too. So everybody that came through, drop the comment, drop the like. All my lurkers. If you just came through and just watched and enjoyed the show, we appreciate you. Hopefully you come through next week and do the same where we have our regular format. Enjoy your night. Peace and love.
Peace and love. We out. Peace.